Hi everyone, welcome back to Lee Stitch. My name's Liesl and I am the Stitcher, and this is...
Hi guys, I'm Gwen and I'm the assistant.
And my daughter. Hey. Alright, so this video, I've only been working on two projects again, but I have got a couple of, just two pieces of haul. One of them is, I got this from Aussie Stash Unload. It's a book I've liked for a while and it was only $10. So, Cross Stitch Myth and Magic, and they've got some really nice ones in here. So, they don't have a page where they just show everything, but I do like pretty much everything they've got in here. It's got the dragon, which is really nice. And Princess and a Unicorn. It's a Teresa Welser pattern. She's dragon. She took all of her dragon patterns off. Can't get any of her dragon patterns anymore. Is it? So I like pretty much everything that's in. They've got all lots of little motifs in here as well that you can do, but I'm generally just going to show the big ones, because the motifs are all just, they don't have finished photos done, they're just patterns, so I'd have to show you the patterns to show you what the motifs look like. And I love this one. Oh, I love that one. I love the Teresa Wilson, but I do love that one. So what else is there? Winter ones, the snow one. I should have done this. Oh, this one's really nice. She's really pretty. What do you think of this one?
It's nice.
That's positive, isn't it? So, that's why I'm looking for the next pattern. We are still in lockdown. What day is it today? It's Wednesday the 21st of July. We are still in lockdown. It's been extended. Cases are still on the rise. More places have been, borders have been closing. Like I've been saying, I work and travel, and I've gone back to my travel job, and pretty much every single phone call or email I had today at work was, cancel my booking. Cancel, 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 cancel. It was like it was back just when COVID was first starting. So, it's another one. She's pretty. Do you like her?
Yeah, she kind of looks like one of God's angels.
She does look like one of God's angels. And also with lockdown, the kids aren't going to school. They're doing remote learning. So Gwen's...
So I'm doing it on my dad's computer, and we have lots of slides. My teacher is Mrs. Dedrick. Grade 2.
Grade 2.
And Ian's in year 6. Next year he will start beep holding, and I will start primary.
Year 3. Mermaid. So she's also really pretty. The pages that I'm flicking past are just patterns and directions and everything like that. So this one's nice. That one just screams for a hand-dyed. Absolutely sparkly hand-dyed. I need to make you move that way. And what else? So yeah, so not much in the life at the moment with just lockdown. That one's nice. I do like that one as well. My husband's the only one who's leaving the house. The rest of us are staying indoors. The reason for that is I work from home, and he was at another job and he's been in between jobs for the last 2 weeks. He's about to start a new job, but he'll be leaving the house to go to that new job. So it makes, when I only want one person to leave the house, it makes sense for it to be him.
Because he had his COVID test.
Yes, and he's had his COVID, yes. Which the new company said he didn't have to do. Oh, I think that's it. That's it. That was the last one. So I like pretty much everything in this book. So, and you know, who knows? Maybe one day I might actually get some of them down there. I love a lot of them in there, and I who I really love. So hopefully I'll get one of them started. I still haven't started my Nimue piece, my strand wool. I haven't had time, and which, you know, I've got to apologise to all these floss tubers out there, because during the first lockdown, I'm like, why aren't you putting out your videos? Like, and now I totally get it. I totally understand, and I am really, really, really sorry for thinking, why aren't you putting them out? It's just, you think you'd have more time, but you actually get,
less time.
Yeah, I know it's less time. It's just, yeah, it's weird. Your time just goes all weird. I'm looking forward back to normal. I'm ready for normal, whatever that is. This is my second piece of haul. It's my Sparkly's Fabric of the Month, which we get 28 count Lagana in opal. And, it's not really coming up. It's like a really pale, I might have deleted it. I may have it on the phone. I think I've got a better video of it. It's like a really pale, it's a really pale yellow. It's a mottled yellow, so it's a very light, neutral fabric that will just really beautiful. Sorry, if you can hear the dinging, that's my phone in the background. What it is my
daughter friend. She has friends, and they.
One's friends are messaging her. Can you pass me my whips, darling? Up there.
This one?
Yep. So the first one is Autumn Lane Stitchery, Dark Queen of the Seas. It's the stitch along, and I've got it a bit done. So I'll have to see if I can find a photo of what it looked like beforehand. But I've gotten a fair bit done, so I reckon I'll get this done in time. And the next part is part 12, which is the final part, which is going to be beading and back stitching. Although I was looking, I believe that with the final part they sound like there's a lot of back stitching, but it looks okay without so much back stitching. So it's going to be like, you don't have to do the back stitching, it depends how you feel about it. Not really a big fan of this lighting at the moment. It's quite frustrating, but if I do it I get more light. Maybe I need to just stand in front of the lights. And my next one is Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Amy Stewart. It's Only Forever. I'll put a picture up what it'll look like when it's done. And this is a supersize max color. And I can't remember how many stitches I've actually gotten done, but I think it's pretty much everything in here is I've gotten done. So I think to get all this grey finished by the end of the year, it's 220 stitches a day it works out, which is doable, because there might be some days I don't get any done, but then when I do it I usually put in like about 400 or 500 stitches, so it catches up. Otherwise, I was wondering what else to do. I thought I could show you some other Heaven and Earth design patterns I have, or my Mirabilia patterns. I have been told someone would love a Mirabilia pattern, but I thought I'll finish off the fabrics, especially since I'm in the lounge room again, and they seem to show up so much better in the lounge room. So I just drag them all over here. Okay. Maybe better if I sit in front of the light. Is it going to work out better? No, we'll see. So we'll have a look. I think we've lost Gwen. She's talking to some friends. First, the kids are all excited about the idea of remote schooling. They don't have to go to school because, you know, remote learning doesn't go for 6 hours, but they miss their friends. They're ready to go back. So this is Sparkly's Fabric of the Month, May 2021, and it's more blue. It's not going to show up, is it? really pretty, and it's opaly. It's much more, it shows a lot more white than what it actually did before. Last time I did this video, the fabrics were coming up fantastic. I've got to figure out why the light's different all of a sudden. This one is Cross Stitch Boutique, Mermaid's Playground, 28 count Lagana, opal. Love sparkly fabric. And let's see it. It's a fat half, so oh, there it is. So some enable. Again, those bits that look white in it are actually like a really light blue. So the colour's washing out a little bit, which is a shame. It's I have all these beautiful fabrics and none of them are showing up as nice as I would like them to. Which is not good. And this one is Cross Stitch Boutique again, Medusa's Gaze. This one is on a linen, 32 count linen, and I bought this one to go with Bella Filipina's Mayay Deity, I think it's called. I'll put a photo up as well with it. And I know, no sparkles. How shocking is that? It's a surprise. It's actually like a really dark blue, almost black with purples through it. So it should look really nice in that. And I really wish that would show up. And what else have we got? This one is Calico Sage Fabric, Sorcerer, 32 count even weave. So it's a really nice mottled blue. And as I said before, my husband, he's in between jobs at the moment. He gave himself a 2-week holiday between finishing one job and the next one, and he's telling me that his first payday with the next job, he's going to let me like have half of it and spend on any cross-stitching stuff I want, so he'll regret that. I reckon I could spend it. This is Fiberlicious Fabrics, 28 count plain Lagana, Waiting for You. It is a light blue, but nowhere near as light as it's showing. I'm almost half tempted to stop and try and... I don't think I'm ever going to get the fabrics perfect how they actually appear, which is a real shame. Oh, this is a Sparklies one. With Sparklies, with her Fabric of the Months, you don't, they're not on her website, so you can't go and order them. They're like a limited edition, but she keeps all the recipes, so, you know, if you want to get that fabric again, you can just say, hey, look, can I please get Fabric of the Month, which one was this, from November 2017, and she'll dye it up and send it to you. But she, but so I know what they look like, remember which one it was, I always just keep an off cut of it. And this was really nice. The blue's darker, but it was all blues and purples. And I, at the cross stitch group I did, we did a Kris Kringle, and I handmade, made a biscornu, a peacock biscornu, with the person whose name I got, and I used that fabric. I actually also gave her the rest of the fabric as well, because it was a biscornu, scissor fob and needle holder, and I just did the biscornu, and I thought, well, because I knew she had the pattern, and I thought if she wanted to do the needle minder and the scissor fob, that way she would have the matching fabric to do it in. So I gave her the fabric to do it in as well. So this is Sparklies, Fabric of the Month of February, and it's just not sure. Oh, hang on, I need to go back. Maybe that's the thing, gotta go back. That's better. Really pretty. I love Sparklies fabrics. They are, it's bit more blue there, but oh, this one's really pretty too. Sparkly's Fabric of the Month. So July 2018. This was fairly light. I hope it comes up, but it's like really light blue and bits of purple in it. And that's almost, just think of a touch a lot more light blue, like ice. I wonder how Mirabilia Snow Queen would look on that actually. She could come up really nice. To keep that one in mind. What's this one? Oh, this is Sorcerer again. I think it's exactly the same. Yeah, I remember I wanted a Sorcerer and I saw it on Aussie Stash online, so I bought it, which is the 32 count, and I'm part of Tony's Fabric of the Month Club, and I'm 28 count there. So that's the same fabric, but I'm 28 count. This is Sparklies again. It's a nice light, little bit, maybe. So it's more, you can't see any of the white. It's all light blue, which you can't really see. I really wish these would show up. Sparklies again. With Sparklies, a lot of these are fat halves, but what it is, my friend Amanda and I, what we do is we get a fat half and we split it. It gets delivered to my, I had a Sparklies Fabric of the Month Club where I was just getting a fat quarter. And then Amanda, she loved the fabrics as well. So I upped it, we upped it to a fat half, and we just still get delivered to my place, which is why they're all here. But we split the cost, the postage and the cost of it. Because what it is originally when the first one came in, we were like, yeah, cut the fabric in half, and then we're like, well, no, because what happens if one of us, you know, you get a pattern that needs bigger than a fat quarter, and we thought, well, if the other one wants to use the fabric, like, just, you know what I mean? It's you know, one time one of us will need more than a fat quarter, and the other one will use it for something else, and so this works. So this is why with Sparklies I get all these fat. They're all fat halves. This is very similar to the other one, but it's darker. Not that you can really, kind of see it there. It's darker blues and purples, but it's still just as pretty. Just as pretty. What else? This is a fabric flare. It's, when they first came out with their Fabric of the Month, I was part of that. I'm not anymore. But this piece just came in with it one day. I think they were running behind or something like that, so I think everybody got a piece of fabric as a thank you for your patience or something like that, and that's what I got. So, not really part of the Fabric of the Month Club. I like their fabrics, but with the pre-printed stuff, I've kind of realised that it's not something I really like having on hand. It's something I have to have a pattern in mind for. So I don't really, so I'm not part of their Fabric of the Month Club, but they do have my fabrics, and you see people do some amazing stuff using the pre-printed fabrics. This is Chromatic Alchemy Nimbus. Back. So that's really pretty. I think probably one of Nora's little pixie fairies will look nice on that. Maybe the bluebell, like with the purple or something like that. Will look good. Oh, Colour Crusade Fabrics, Dark Fantasy. Colour Crusade Fabrics I got plain. My Sparklies has the opal fabric, and my Fabric of the Month, and Colour Crusade Fabrics is plain. The problem is sometimes I get a Fabric of the Month, I'm like, it's gorgeous, and I do love it, but I think I'd love it even more with sparkles, with the opal. But in that case, I get like everything in sparkles, and sometimes you don't want you don't want sparkles all the time. That's what I tell myself anyway. Yes, that's really pretty. I do love this. But yeah, with that piece Randall, I'm really torn. I've still got to, I haven't started it yet. I'm not solid on the fabric. I've got to, definitely one of the two darker green pieces, but I just can't decide with the one with the opal or the one with the plain. I'm really struggling with that, but I need to, like I said, I want to shorten the chin a little bit. Which one's that one actually? So, Fiberlicious Fabrics, Once in a Blue Moon. This one, it's this one I'm waiting for you, but I'm pretty sure it's this one, which Bella Filipina's Daughters of Estuary was done on. And this is only a fat quarter, so wouldn't be big enough to do it on. But it's really, it's blues and greys. That's a pretty good shot. It's really nice. It is really nice. Even just for plain. It's really nice. What's next? Ah. Dark Fantasy again, but in opal. This one's just a fat quarter. You can't see the difference with the opal, but actually that's showing up really well. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful. I wish you could see the sparkles. It's really pretty. When I first started doing Flosstube videos, for the beginning of my video, I thought it would be really cool because Fabric Addict here. I thought it would be really cool if I could be like laying down on the floor and having like all these fabric flying up over the top of me like swinging in all my fabric. I'm sure Gwen would help. I'm sure Gwen would love to throw fabric all over me and bury me. And no, actually she'd probably want to be on the floor getting fabric thrown all over her as well. This is Color Cassade Fabrics, Ice Baby. Opal, of course. So that one's really pretty. I think an Angel. I've got Angel of the Dawn by Mirabilia. That one would probably look okay on that. So, yeah. This one is a linen threads, which are now called Fox and Rabbit. I think the website's still Linen and Threads. I'm not sure. They have their own Flosstube channel now too. Fox and Rabbit. This is a 32 count linen opal. And it's just a really pretty blues. These ones are all once-offs. For the retreats that I go to, the Mirabilia retreats, so a lot of like I said, a lot of these fabrics are one-offs that you get there. It's kind of like when they open the doors, you know, other people go to their chairs and everything like that. I'm straight to the fabric. I have a budget and yeah, but I'm like nah, because your chairs all have like names on it anyway. So it's not like somebody's gonna steal my seat. It doesn't really matter. So I mean, I know I'm gonna get one, but you couldn't miss out on some awesome, and I'm not the only one who does it. I mean, there's quite a few ladies of us there who go straight to the fabric. So this is Color Cassade Fabrics, and it'll be a 28 count Lagana opal, and it's called Deep Water, and it is gorgeous. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. I'd actually like to show how fabric dyes differently on even weave linen and Ada one day. So I'll have to try and do that one day. I've got to figure out how to get the lighting right for the fabric. Fiberlicious Twilight. This is a linen, a 28 count linen in plain, and this is a linen because I wanted the dark. God, this lighting's shocking. I really wanted that dark. Covered up the light. Does that work? No. Yeah, it's a dark blue, so I needed the linen to do that. Although Bella Filipina's May would probably also work on that, but because sometimes it's nice to have the dark linens. I haven't got more dark blues than I thought. Linen and threads, 32 count linen. It's just dark, not all blue. Again, yeah, if you want a dark colour, you've got to go linen. Otherwise, it gets because Fiberlicious Fabrics, Sorcerer. This is a dark weave. So this is uneven weave. This is kind of like what a dark blue comes out as, and that's how it'll come out on linen, sort of thing. So you can see the difference. If you want a dark colour, you gotta go linen. And this is Island of Avalon. This one was my Chatelaine Sleeping Beauty's Castle. This was my first fabric pick that I was going to do it on. So this is a 28 count Lagana, 30 by 30. It was going to be my first one, and it's pretty. Not what I like the fabric I got better for it. I like the grey foggy fabric. It totally matches the fabric. But the good thing is this is a 30 by 30, so I can use it for another chatelaine pattern. I just need to find the right one pattern to go with it. So, and this one is Midnight Blue, 28, Midnight Blue, 28 count Lagana. I was originally going to do Lavender and Lace's Angel of Healing on it. Let's took a photo up. I completed it for my mother-in-law, that one. And this was, I actually started it even on this piece of fabric, but I unpicked it all. And I wound up doing it on Sparkly's Winter Skies. So, but yeah, that's really nice as well. So, got a few blues. I'm nearly done. Promise I'm nearly done. This one is Fiberlicious Fabrics, After the Rain, 28 count Lagana, Opal. Again, this is really pretty. I love this one. She's back.
Did I miss it?
You missed all the fabrics. You pretty much missed all the fabrics.
I can place even whenever I want because they're right there. So, is it nearly the end?
We'll see. And at least the front. This is Fiberlicious Fabrics Clouds, 28 count plain. What's that cloud? That's it. Little white clouds, which actually could go for a mermaid if you wanted it to.
Guys, if you see this in the video, it whacked me. This thing whacked me. We need to.
No, we're not going to take it off.
Well, I'm so serious about that. Can I ask the guy something?
Shoot.
Good. So, just saying, you do have kids, not saying that you're old or anything, not saying that you are, but if you do have kids, and if they do have robots, they could go into Foot Heaven because it's really fun. Anyways, let's get back to cross stitch.
Fiberlicious Fabrics, Blue Orchid. That's it. The light blue.
I'll just see.
Whoa. Oh yeah, that's better. Oh yeah. There you go. My assistant can hold that up this time. The thing is, I actually have, not that I'm going to show it, but I do actually have fabrics that I have with patterns, like kitted up. So you're not actually seeing most of them, but not actually seeing all my fabrics. Hope you're not getting motion sickness. Fiberlicious Fabrics, Sweet Child of Mine.
Hold on, let me just try something.
There it is. Is it good? Your thumb looks so pretty. And so does the roof. There we go.
I know.
So you're seeing my thumb.
I'm really sorry. I am really sorry, guys. photographer.
And right.
Yes, you may.
Oh God, sorry guys, you're all over the place. Just nearly done. See the barrow, you can see the fabric of next to me. So what I might do is, can you grab my sequin book in there?
No.
What I might do is, I've got another cross
You
stitch.
have to
I
catch.
catch it sort of.
You didn't. Whatever.
I've got a another cross stitch tag in here. Okay. So I thought we'd just do the cross stitch tag. I love this book. I can sit here and just play with this book all day. Sorry. So I'll just do this cross stitch tag, and then I will let us all go. So we've got strangest place I have stitched.
I just texted Alison this for the girls. That's it.
I'll stitch anywhere.
Practically, she will.
Yeah, see, actually I will. I've stitched on planes, trains, cars. I've stitched all four-wheel driving. My parents used to be when I was younger. My parents were in a four-wheel drive club, and so would be four-wheel driving all over the place and bumping it and going, and all four wheels, literally all four wheels in the air, and I'd be cross-stitching. But I've stitched, yeah, I'll stitch anywhere. I keep like little Mill Hill kits, you know, the little small little Mill Hill kits. The Christmas ornaments, those. So you know, waiting to pick up the kids, in doctors' waiting rooms, in where anything, you know, fits in my handbag. So I'll literally stitch anywhere. My next favourite hobby, next cross stitching, is I love reading. My mum actually once had a teacher complain to her that I ate books. I read too much.
Wait, you ate?
Not literally speaking, but I just read too much. I read.
Yeah, you even read in class, like class.
Did I read? Not while the teacher was talking.
No, but when she wasn't, you still read in class.
But yeah, no. So I read. I love
too much. Mum reads too much. She seriously needs a break.
So,
sorry.
Now I like I don't really read because it's hard. I listen to audiobooks because with the audiobooks you can just pause and start and just rewind that last 30 seconds when people need you. So go.
Okay. I forgot what I was going to say. So continue.
Neither of my kids seem to have gotten my love of reading though. So, but they do. We do have a rule. Their bedtimes 8:30, and they read till 9. If they don't read, they have to go to bed.
Except for me, since I am a lovely, calm girl. I'm not much of a fan of a reader, but I am a fan of a writer. I have every night, if I want to, and if I'm not that tired, I write stories, and for my age, I can, like, it's 20 minutes. Okay, yeah. And I can write 4 pages in 20 minutes with detail, editing, and a story. I just think it's my second hobby. My first hobby is hanging out with my friends.
Your friends? What about your art? Drawing? You've been doing a lot of that actually.
Yeah, it's lockdown.
You can draw in lockdown.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm talking to my friends.
Okay.
My close friends.
Next is smoke or not to smoke. I've never smoked.
My dad does.
No.
He used to.
Yeah, your dad used to smoke. He's quit. So he's actually doing really well this time. He's quit smoking a few times, but last time he had a cigarette was 2 years ago. So he may have. I think this time was it. But even when he did smoke, he was always like, he never smoked in the house. He always went outside, and we're on the Battle Axe block, so he would actually go down right to the end of the driveway and smoke down there. So he never smoked on the kids. He never smoked in the house. No, but he's quit, so that's good. Favorite social media to share stitching? Have to say Facebook. YouTube is great. I am so behind in YouTube though. I'm trying to get my own videos done. And like I said, so sorry to those people where I thought, it's lockdown, where are your videos? I was so naive and ignorant. I'm so far behind in watching Flosstube's channels, and I do watch them, so, you know, I'm going to be watching them, and people are going to wind up with all these old comments on old videos, but I will catch up. I will. But otherwise, yeah, Facebook. Something else I like about Facebook is
so if one person has something great, the other person can share it.
There's that, but it's also like sometimes I've had questions like the Shadowlane website. I didn't understand one of the instructions, so you know I put a post up on the Shadowlane support Facebook page, and within less than a couple of minutes I had like 2 or 3 people answering the question, and I couldn't get onto the Shadowlane Gallery website to double check it, and somebody else went on there for me and they've put a screenshot up, and it's just great. You know, it's such a resource. You can use it as a resource, and people are so happy to help and really look closely and help you figure stuff out. So yeah. Have you ever model stitched? Nope. No. And
wait, model stitch? You mean like stitched models?
Not like people models, but
no, like your own models. No.
Yeah, like a cross stitch, like somebody designs a cross stitch, and you stitch up that pattern, and then that's
what I mean.
Yeah, that's no. I used to think that would be like fun, and then I'm like kind of glad I've never done it, and I don't want to do it because
you haven't even tried it. Like you always tell me, try something before you say you don't like it.
But I do have reasons. I do tell you to try, otherwise how do you know I don't like it? But the reason why I don't think I would like it is I get very emotionally attached to my cross stitches. So the idea of doing a model stitch and then giving it away is, I mean, I have given cross stitches away, but it's still kind of like, but you know, to family or really close friends, and yeah, you don't really own that cross stitch, if you know what I mean. And also, I love my hand-dyed fabrics, and it's like, say if you're doing it on a Mirabilia or whatever, you have to do it on that fabric. And if you don't like the fabric or something, and it has to follow the pattern. You can't change a colour, you can't do anything different, you can't change something to a metallic or to an étoile, or you have to follow it exactly. And it has to be on this fabric, and it's, I'd feel very, and it has to be done by a certain time. I mean, yeah, I mean, first, I think it would be kind of restrictive, and second, the idea that it has to be done by a certain time, I don't think I do well with deadlines. I think that when it comes to cross-stitching with deadlines, no. So, you know, if people do them, they think it's great, that's fantastic, but not for me. I don't think I'm not the model stitcher type. I have a lot of problems with that. Wash or not to wash? I used to wash all the time. A lot of the time after you do cross stitching, you wash it afterwards because your hands make it dirty. But I find now, especially, I use hand-dyed fabrics. You don't wash the hand-dyed fabrics, so don't wash it there. Plus, when I was washing it, it was like 25 years ago. You know, it was. I had still remember when Q-snaps first came out, and you've got grime guards now, so don't really need. So mostly because I use hand-dyed fabrics, and you don't wash them. Second of all, I don't handle the fabric as much as I used to, although maybe that supersized one might need a wash because that's very handled. But there's this one. I'll have to add a photo in. It's called Old World Map. It was, I was cross-stitching. Gwen was colouring in at the dining room table, and I was cross-stitching next to her with crayons who were very young. You know, they were about 4 years old.
Yeah.
And I think she was like, "Hey, Mum, look at this." So I've turned her to look at it, and she's going, "See?" And she's done this, and blue crayon went right across my half-done cross-stitch.
Also.
And the thing is, I wasn't angry. It was an accident. She didn't draw it on purpose. It was an honest-to-God accident. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry." She's freaking. I'm going, "It's okay, it's okay, it's okay." And I'm like, "Okay." So I washed it, and this was a kit I had owned for like 10 years and was doing. So it was old, even longer probably, 15 years or something. And it was, so anyway, it was old. So I washed it, and all the crayon came out. Great. The red and the yellow threads ran. So I kind of washed it again, but like dabbing it, not soaking it, and can't really see it. It hangs up in my office, and the frame and matting I chose is actually particular to hide most of the. A lot of it around the border was where it did, so the matting goes right up to the border, so you can, you don't see that running. And there's little bits on the inside, but it's called Old World Map, so I figure a little bit doesn't look too bad. Which digital program do you use? I use two. I'm a massive fan of Pattern Keeper. My in-laws, I'm lucky, give me some money every Christmas, and I used that money with change. I just got the cheapest Android tablet I could because I use iPads, and it's strictly for Pattern Keeper, and it was so worth it. Pattern Keeper is amazing. It's fantastic. You can do a free trial on it, and then you pay for it, but to pay for it is like $6. $6 Australian, I'm pretty sure it was. Maybe in six, even if it was $6 US, so worth it. I mean, what a $78 tablet to use it on. So, but it's amazing. It's a life changer. As you can see with my Heaven and Earth design, I'm going extreme cross country on it. I'm doing all the greys. So it just searches for that symbol, and it tells you how many you've got left, and just the search. Because I still have Goodreader. The other app I use on my iPad is Goodreader. But I used to go through, when I got to the next page, I would sit there highlighting all those symbols, and it took ages. So Pattern Keeper is just fantastic. Pattern Keeper, of course, can't do chatelaines and stuff like that. So I keep, and there's other patterns that couldn't do. It's still in like a better phase, Pattern Keeper. They are updating it all the time. So chatelaines, and sometimes I'll get a paper pattern and I'll scan it into a PDF, and then I'll use it on Goodreader. I don't sell it. I just, my personal use only, put it on Goodreader, and that way I can zoom in, especially if it's a small pattern, then I can just zoom in on it, and you can just dot and fill it in. So those are the two I use. And what do you do with the finished project? Frame them. There's a couple I'd say I'd like to do. I'd say, I'd love to make a cushion out of this, which I've never done. I have done one biscotti, which was actually for someone else. I've got another one, a pattern there that I want to do for myself. So, but generally, yeah, I framed them. But I found she had a craft store in Windsor, and she was a wonderful job, and she laces, and so I got one piece done for her, and then her shop closed. But she doesn't live she lives about an hour away. So my friend Amanda and I will go up we'll get like pieces that need to be framed, and we'll go up and see it. And she's great. I mean, she is absolutely, she laces, but she really cares. Like, she has spent 2 hours with us choosing mats and frames to make sure we get perfect what we want and what will look fantastic. And because I've been to other places and they don't care. They really they don't have an interest. They don't care. And she is just she cares. She really, really cares about your work. There was one time though, like I said, she's kind of semi-retired. She was traveling around Australia, and so I couldn't go to her, and I wanted it's actually my Sleeping Beauty piece. I got some other pieces framed as well, but my Sleeping Beauty piece framed, and for the Hawkesbury show, and I got these pieces framed, and I put them in one weekend, and then my son broke his leg on the Thursday, and they were ready to be picked up on the Saturday, and the framing shop was really close to the hospital, and my husband had spent the night in the hospital that night, so I went to the framing shop, didn't even, because they were all plastic and everything around them, didn't really look at them, just picked them up, shoved them in the car, went to the hospital, didn't take them out of the car again for like 3 days, and then when I did take them out of the car, they just sat in the foyer of the house for like another 3 days, didn't look at them, and then when I took them off, I didn't like them at all. But I was really, that was kind of, I didn't say anything when I picked them up. Like I said, I was just wanting to get to the hospital. I just wanted to get to the hospital, and I was wanting my son, and they were not top of my mind at that moment in time. And I wanted to get them reframed. And also, they were expensive. oh my god, it was so expensive. Anyway, I went to Windy to get them reframed because I didn't like the mats and the, well, no, I love the frame, hated the mats. So I went there to Windy, the person who I go there, and she's like, yeah, so we started unframing them. And now I researched and I spoke to these people and they said, yes, we do these with cross stitches, we don't do this and we do this. Amanda was there with me. Windy and Amanda actually sent me outside because what they had done, and I did have photos. If I have the photos, I'll put them up. I'm not sure if I've got the photos more. They'd cut the fabric and stapled it to the, not with the right staples either, stapled it to the board. And oh my god. And so basically what we wound up doing is Mum took me to a material shop and we got like muslin cloth, and Mum sewed sewing machine. She put muslin on, we took it off and we had to, and it was kind of crooked as well. Thing is, I remember that. I when I finally looked at them, I'm looking at it going, it's crooked, it's not straight, and everyone in my family's saying, no, it's straight. So I'm like, no, it's crooked. And then I took it to a cross stitch group to show, and everybody's looking at it going, yeah, that's crooked. So I also wanted to get that fixed. So we had to like get straighten the fabric. Had 3 pieces framed. And one of them was the Gwen, and the piece I did for Gwen, and that one was definitely crooked. And but she so we did that so she would have the fabric, enough fabric again for framing. Took it back to Wendy. She re-stretched it so it was straight and reframed. We did the mats. I had to also buy a new frame and glass because we had to cut it. It was different sizes and stuff. So it still cost getting Windy to do that. So help with the unframing, re-stretching, framing it properly. She laced it all up the back and did everything like that. Less than half the price. Way less. Like the other place was like 700 Australian dollars. She charged me like $280. So she's so much cheaper and she does such a fantastic job, and I get that she's retired now because I actually go to her house. But the other 2 pieces I got framed there, again, stapled in. It was a good thing because when I saw how horribly this one had been framed, we checked out the other 2 pieces we had them framed, and they one of them, they went in that close, they were like pushing up against the beads, so she fixed that one up, but they glued them down to the back, and then she had them on the wrong board as well, not the right board you use for framing. And it's like, these people had no idea. They were saying how they do cross stitches and they know and they'll take care of it. They were horrible. I mean, they glued it down. And Gwen, the piece I did for Gwen that spells Gwen is was really crooked, so she re-stretched that as well. You can't even really tell now. She said, Windy will say, oh yeah, I know, I can still see where it's, you can barely tell when it's crooked, but it was just scary. So be careful where you get your pieces framed. Try and get reviews. But anyway, sorry, I got totally sidetracked there. So yes, so we're about to go.
Bye guys, I hope you enjoyed our video. Like, subscribe and hit the bell notification. Bye!